everybody, happy Friday and happy first day of summer to you. Here with Josh Weisenhunt. I'm Nick Furshaw talking about the U.S. Under-20 national team. They're in the Under-20 World Cup beginning on Friday in Turkey. It's a tough draw for Tab Ramos and his guys. They've got Spain, France, and Ghana in the group stage of this tournament. They're opening up against Spain. 9 MLSers involved, including some of the best young talent in the league. Guys like Jose Villarreal, Luis Gil, and DeAndre Yedlin. What should fans expect and how much stock should they put in the results?
Well, the results maybe not so much, but I think you're excited if you're an MLS fan to kind of see how these guys who have matured throughout the past couple seasons really do on this stage. I think one guy in particular is Yedlin. I think I'm excited to see. Yedlin wasn't initially with this group of U-20s, but now he's broken in through his MLS performances, and Tab Ramos is really high on him. He's come out publicly and said how well he's doing. So it's another new challenge. It's another new step for DeAndre Yedlin. He's the one I'm excited to watch.
Well, check out the roster on MLSsoccer.com. Again, 9 MLSers and some of the best young talent the United States has produced. The game is at 2 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2, the U.S. and Spain in the Under-20 World Cup. One last international note, big congrats to Abby Wambach, already a legend with the U.S. women's national team. She scored 4 goals in Thursday's game against South Korea, a 5-0 win for the women. That pushes her to 160, and the big mark, passing Mia Hamm as the all-time leading scorer for the U.S. women's national team. A big congrats to Abby Wambach. Next up, a look at MLS action this weekend and some very, very good games you're going to find, including RSL and Seattle. Maybe one of the best rivalries in the league right now, 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday night. And there's a live free stream on MLSsoccer.com. It's the stream of the week. Real Salt Lake getting Kyle Beckerman back from U.S. national team duty. The Sounders getting Eddie Johnson and Brad Evans, 2 of the heroes for Jurgen Klinsmann's guys. One of the best rivalries in the league. What do you expect?
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be good. Nick, as you said, one of the best rivalries in the league going right now. And I think for the main reason, I think for me, what makes a rivalry is playoff history, right? So these two met in the playoffs last year. It got heated, and I think we're going to see more of the same on Saturday night. And yeah, the big question is, how does Siggy Schmidt fit those guys back in? We know Kyle Beckerman's going straight back into that lineup for Jason Kreis, but what is Siggy Schmidt going to do? How is he going to play it? It's going to be fun to watch.
They've traded blows over the past 2 postseasons with Seattle getting the best of Real Salt Lake in 2012. Again, Salt Lake at home, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. There's a stream of the week on MLSsoccer.com. The other game really worth mentioning here, Dallas at home against Sporting Kansas City, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on MLS Live. One of the best in the West and one of the best in the East. You can catch that game 8:30 p.m. Eastern on MLS Live. Last but not least, a handful of games on national television on Sunday, starting with the Philadelphia Union at home against the New York Red Bulls, 5 p.m. on ESPN with a live chat on MLSsoccer.com. And you've got a Moby Akugo coming into the Google Plus Hangout on this Friday. Middle of the day, a good time to catch up with one of the best young defenders in the league.
Yeah, absolutely, Nick. You said it's 12:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be hanging out with Amobi himself. He's having a great season at center back for Philadelphia. Obviously, if you want to ask him a question, you can do so in a number of ways. You can go on Twitter, use the hashtag AskAmobi, or if you want, even just leave one in the comments below. But he's playing very well right now, and we're excited to have him on.
Well, 2 other games on Sunday night. Portland Timbers at home against the Colorado Rapids, 7 p.m. Eastern on the NBC Sports Network. And Chivas USA and the LA Galaxy, the Super Classico, 11 p.m. Eastern on Unimas. A couple reminders before we go. Don't forget, Twitter voting is still going on for the MLS All-Star Game later this summer. Tell these folks how they can vote on Twitter.
So really, you need to get going if you're on Twitter. Of course, voting closes tonight at midnight Eastern. So all you need to do to vote, just include the hashtag MLS All-Star, and then whatever player you want to vote for, just include his name first and last or his Twitter handle. But you can only vote, obviously, from the original players on that ballot that you can find on MLSsoccer.com. So it's very simple. You can vote as many times as you want. You can vote for multiple players in one tweet, but just get going, man. It closes at midnight.
And a reminder, the latest edition of Extra Time Radio came out on Thursday. We were joined by Luis Gil from the U.S. Under-20 national team and Real Salt Lake. You can find that on iTunes, Buzzsprout, Stitcher Radio. That does it for us. We'll see you back with another edition of The Daily on Monday.